Okie dokie, we got a game against the Red Wings. New look. We got red tapes at center, red tapes on D, new red tapes. So we got Janice back there. Jess and Carrie switching out halfway through. And so I'm sure there'll be lots of things to talk about. Okay, so the first one, we can see Janice trying to hold up the blue line perfectly fine, is forcing the dump, and might as well talk about it now. And what the fuck, Alex? Give her some space. The hell. In general, for D, like, it could be safe to say that being able to backward skate is helpful. It's useful. But if you aren't able to, so Janice, you probably have the not quite there being able to backward skate right now. Rather than kind of going up like at them, once you're gonna have to. This is gonna be one of those things to work on, but what you can do, this is not really the best clip just because it's like a whole zoo over here, but what you can do is eventually pretend like number 44 is a wave and you're a surfer, and what you're really going to be doing is, I guess you can pretend you're like Alex, and you're really just going to be riding along with them, forward skating next, like side by side, and you're going to be following them in, and you're just kind of driving them towards the boards. And so that is something that you can do. So rather than going straight at them like this, let's just pretend all of these people are not here. What you can opt to do is you're forward skating, and until there's a certain inflection point where as they're coming in, you're turning in with them. So this is all forward skating. And then you can play defense that way. So that's for anyone that can't really backward skate. Now, ideally, as we work towards it, if you're able to backward skate in front of them, that's going to be more ideal. It's going to give you some more options. However, this is another way that you can play defense. Let's continue this clip. Just kind of see what happens for the full first shift. That's kind of normally what we do. Pass up to Justin, pass up to feed, just not cleanly. Okay, so here's another thing for Janice. If you ever see the puck like this, and you could throw it out like that. That's like, we could call it the safe choice if you're kind of really nervous, and get it out of the zone. In this case, you couldn't, but you could do that. Another thing you can think about is if you can just hold on to it and then pass it back to your D partner, or even hold on to it yourself, because you're red tape. Remember that only another red tape can come get you, so you can really abuse that fact on D. The moment you have control of it, not a single one of these players can come and get you. So you can consider that, to use that as your advantage. I know it's your first game, so you're a little bit nervous, but I think playing D will help you build some of your patience. And in general for D, if you can hold on to the puck and then look for a really nice pass, like you just skate back, pass it out to anyone, something to work on. So let's continue. Let's skip ahead to this part where they throw it down. Okay, so skating up the ice. Oh. Okay. Nice ankle for the change. Good time to change. It's about 1.5 minutes now. We're changing on the fly, so that's good. Here, I'll stop this clip here and we'll continue in a second. Alright, so I remember this one, it was pretty funny. So, loose puck, Kathy's definitely closer, right? And so I see that and I'll stop up to on the half wall, but it was pretty fucking funny. We both stop up and I realized Kathy's not going for it, so I had to fucking hustle down and boop it over to her. It's so awkward when you see someone like a red tape intercepted and you can't do anything about it. So let's pause for a second here. Formation wise, the triangle is good. Ah, Carrie Ann, if you're able to just stand right here, it would have been perfect. Oh, Carrie Ann, I think that would have been a big chance for you to get a goal, or at least a shot. Like, right here. Oh my god, magic spot. Magic spot, Carrie Ann, magic spot. Magic spot. Magic spot. But Jess got a good chance right there. And I thought this was pretty goofy too. But yeah, I thought that was a good chance. Yeah, Carrie Ann, magic spot, magic spot, magic spot. Alright, I swear this whole shift was full of comedy. So we're coming in, and pass out front. All I see is perfect spot for Carrie Ann, perfect spot for Kathy. And I think they had like almost a chance, but they both missed somehow. And then they collide into each other. I gotta watch this again. Oh, I see. I think number 88 stick lifted Carrie Ann. Oh, that's a pretty slick stick lift. And then Kathy misses the one timer, and then they take them both out. Okay, so is there anything we could have maybe changed up there? It looks about right. Carrie Ann driving the net. I would say what Kathy could consider as an alternative is if she sees Carrie Ann driving the net, she can be that kind of slower trailer. And where that benefit comes in is, let's say Carrie Ann's driving and you can opt to slow down and come behind. So you're almost going to be following my path. So like you kind of cut out this way, and as you come out this way, Carrie Ann comes up here like a little triangle. And if you're open and you kind of yell out the name, then you can kind of see how this opens up already, right? This magic spot. And let's say they do cover you and nothing is opening up and it's not clear. Then it kind of puts you in a position to, get our standard triangle. So that's something you could consider. But of course this makes for quality content right here. Alright, so Jess stops the puck, we go for a change. We should have the personnel right here. It's about 3-on-2. Oh, just a snipe. That's what happened. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's tough. I can see why Cliff was upset with himself. Let's watch it again. Let's give him some nightmares here. Pulls it outside. It was a long range shot. I don't think you were screened. Top cheese. Yeah, that was a pretty well placed shot. Yeah. Damn. That's tough. So, down 1 early on. Alright. Another offensive shift. With some puck touches for Janice as well. And we'll put some comments on. First thing, let's kind of rewind back here before I continue. Is we got good movement right here, and I think ideally, in my opinion, Fee should be hustling hard to like anywhere in the zone right here. Man, it's so wide open. It's crazy. It's wide open. Oh no. And it drives me a little nuts, I guess, because right here, as Ernest gets it, you can see Fion's beaver tapping, right? So right here, beaver tap. Oh, and I understand from her perspective. Oh, it's like wide open. The whole Grand Canyon's open for her, but like, can you kind of see how impossible that pass is? We got double up defense with the third on that angle, right? It's just such a hard pass. There's at least 3 sticks in that lane. And opposed to that, okay, so here's that the stick, Ernest's stick. Here's the defender sticks. You see this huge cone, right? This is all open. This is free space. And I said, if she hustled there, like that pass is gonna happen. This pass, maybe not. And so it's a trade-off, right? You can say, oh, it's wide open net, but if you get the puck here, you get your chances of getting the pass is a lot higher. So that's my opinion, and you can see right there, I'm pretty sure Ernest tried and it gets blocked. So that's unfortunate. Now move the puck up to Janice, so she's able to collect it. Perfect. Now again, because here's that little red tape line, and I think this is going to be a benefit for any red tapes, and I think we should probably play Janice on D a couple games for the season, because it's just going to allow her to be more patient with the puck, and we can actually really take advantage of this kind of red tape line where it's forcing the red tapes to come up to you, and now you're going to have some time to play with the puck. So good look to Alex, and one of the things you can definitely consider, Janice, is skate to the middle and then turn up, and then you can look for passes and shots like that. Really make use of this kind of space. Yeah, take advantage of it. And yeah, it's nice to see that you're looking up. What can I see? Is it a shot? Is it a pass? So there's some benefits there. Alex is doing a good job keeping it in. Good step up by Janice. Yeah, so we see how a little bit quick to try to throw it away, and like understandably it's just because you probably see a red person in front of you. So just a bit of building more patience with the puck, and yeah, I think being on D is going to help you with that. Oh, big pass. I think this is when Justin gets robbed, so let's just finish off this shift. So we're good at working this back, like behind the net triangle. Oh, banana peel. Okay. Work it on the outside. Ooh. 44 almost got you, Justin. Almost. If you were able to keep it on the ice, I think you would have scored that. But otherwise, big chance there. Pretty good shift. Another thing to kind of make note of is we're doing a good job changing on the fly. So that whole shift, we were basically in the offensive zone, right? And like we saw Ernest, Dave, and Janice on the ice. And at some point, we now see Ray, Jess, and Justin on the ice, right? And we really didn't play defense at all. So it's definitely something we would want to work on for like I guess Alex and Fee, if they're able to do that. A few of us, if we are able to change on the fly while in the offensive zone, it's going to be a pretty big impact, because most of us are almost always changing only when we're going back onto defense or when the whistle blows, and oftentimes that's not really the best way to do things. So something to work on as well. Pretty good breakout here, moving east-west, and then when have we ever seen Ernest do that? That's pretty impressive. Boom, tight turn. Now, if he's able to improve upon that a little bit more and able to keep that momentum, it's going to be even more spectacular. But this is pretty slick already. And then big pass to Kathy. She's not able to handle it, but I thought that play was pretty cool. And then okay, hold on, P and this other. This Red Wing did a good job tying up her stick. That's hilarious. Oh my god. So one thing, Fee. I can see her trying to muscle her way through. I've heard a few things. They say the Harry Potter wand. You just pretend you're doing magician. Lift up your stick, do a circle, and then drop it back down, as if you're like casting a spell. It's gonna mix, like, that's kind of, sometimes it's enough to really fuck up the defender that's tying up your stick. But that's pretty funny. Interception. Yeah, good try there, Janice. Alright, here's another clip where, so Justin's slowing down the pace a little bit and Carrie Ann's going towards the net. And Alex should be the one identifying that he's the trailer. He's that third forward back, and so he really should be slowing down his pace to give Justin an option. And we're really trying to just keep forming triangles. So Carrie Ann's going down, but Alex is also going down. And so this kind of comes back to that first or second shift with Carrie Ann and Kathy, where they kind of went both in the same trajectory. And we can see how this isn't, Justin's not really having any passing options, right? So I think ideally what Alex should have done is really slow down right here. And he can opt to go this way, he can opt to go this way. It doesn't really matter, but really it's just getting out pass options. So at this point, probably maybe pivot backwards, work towards those boards, give Justin that passing option, and we don't need to have the shooting threat right away. So that's something to think about. Right here, I'd say the most important was right here. If Alex, you came up here and started saying Justin, 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 boom, backhand pass, you're already like so good, right, in the green. This is tough. But he's forced to send it in the corner. I'm sure we're able to recover, but it definitely made life a little bit more difficult for him there. So something to think about. Pass. Ugly. So, right here probably should have been the pass to Dave. What I didn't like was you're slow. Like, this is a really slow movement up and then that little chip pass. And that's a setup for a handcuff to Dave. Now, it's a different story. If Alex, you were like absolutely, oh fuck, what happened here? Is it here? Yeah, it's a different story. If you're absolutely tearing up the ice, like with speed, and you're cutting to the middle, and then you do a backhand pass, where you're just drawing people with you with speed. But this was slow, right? It's just slow. Oh my god, right? So if you don't get a clean pass to Dave, you're really like handcuffing him there. So he's forced to send it back down low. Pass to Janice. Wasn't able to get it cleanly. That's okay. Don't worry about that. And Dave kills it, so that's excellent. So here's an example clip for Janice. Now here comes Jess. She's got no fear. I guess my first comment is a little sketchy, cutting in front of Cliff and going up the middle like this. A little sketchy. I would say in general I would have preferred Jess to at least go behind the net, at the very least. But okay, I think the important thing is I wanted to emphasize how red tape, take advantage of it. So for Jess, really take advantage of that red tape status, skate it in, be patient with it. That was a good pass. So she went end to end right there. So yeah, I think that's something, it's a good example. Other than just don't skate in front of Cliff like that. Alright, a little bit of a defensive lapse right here. And why don't we point out what is going wrong? It's bad on a lot of fronts. It's not just one person. Okay, so let's break it down. So number 2, that's Justin's man, that's the D man, and so it's right on him to stick onto that guy. Correct. And we see one of their forwards comes up to cover for defense. Now, because they do that, I wouldn't, like, we don't say Dave goes up there. No, it doesn't make sense, right? Dave's job is to stay between the puck and the net. Now, he can choose to help double team number 2. That's totally an option. And then until they swap back, like number 2 goes in here and then this player comes back down, then that would probably be when Justin comes and swaps off. Now, center to center, it should be playing like, so we can see this red tape with Carrie Ann. So Carrie Ann should be sticking onto her like glue for the most part. And so right here, Carrie Ann should be following this player and so covering them. And this player is the winger, so Janice, all you gotta do is kind of focus on where is this player and where do I need to go. And because he's up there, you don't have to go all the way up here, but you just want to be kind of aware of them. And I would kind of gap up to maybe about, like here's the face-off dot, so get up to that hash mark area. Now, because Alex, you're opting not to go up to 44, and you're wanting to cover this high slot, you're basically the backup to Janice. And so you should be paying attention to number 13. But you're not. So, number 13 cruises off. Like, where are you going, Alex? What the heck? 13 is not covered. And then Janice, if you were here, you'll be able to identify this player. So, yeah, a little bit too much puck watching. And so, boom, here comes a shot, one timer. Well, not really, it's like a catch and shot. But we can see why that happened. Like, who are you covering, Alex? I get to roast him the most because he's probably the most out of position out of them all. But at least you're good at hustling back, so I'll give you that, and you get a good recovery. So I get to roast you, and then I'll praise you for getting the puck out. Alright, I wanted to highlight this clip, and I'll kind of talk about it after the fact. So you might be wondering, hey, what the heck? Why is Wilfred leaving the zone so far? And I thought we always wanted to kind of stay close to help each other out. And yes, that is the case, usually. And this particular play, I want to talk about weak side wing and when we win a face-off draw. So when we win a face-off draw, and what is the weak side wing? Weak side wing means, in this case, we're doing a face-off drop on the left side. So the right wing would be weak side. It's where there's going to be less people, right? The right side, there is less people. And we normally expect our wingers to go up to the D. So in this case, face-off drop, doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss, we want to go up to the D. And yeah, I would say, Justin, you should start heading up there as well. Now with the weak side wing, sometimes it's nice to really sneak out of the zone. So a set play could be you hustle up to the boards, and then this D, who's taking it behind the net, boom, fires it off the boards, and you pick it up and you're off for a breakaway, right? Now in this situation, if I saw Ray winding up for that rim, I would start heading out here. However, once I saw him kind of fumble it right like that and looking up the ice, I thought, oh, maybe there's an opportunity to fire it up the middle. So that's why I did this. Now, one of the other things that is important to kind of identify is if these D are kind of paying attention, once you see someone coming up the ice like this and our team has firm control, like Ray has control, if they're paying attention, you're probably going to be pulling them out of the zone. So you can see these defenders, they're trying to get out of the zone, and now we're buying a lot of space for the rest of our players. So 4 players against 3 forecheckers, we got a numbers advantage. We should be able to break it out of the zone. And so once that happens, I see, oh, a pass is not coming, and I start coming back to help out, but the effect is that I've pulled the defenders out of the zone, and so now we're able to skate it up with a little bit more room. So that's kind of what I wanted to highlight. Why was I leaking out of the zone? What is the effects that I'm hoping to achieve? And this is something that can really penalize. So like some teams, their D are ultra aggressive. They're like pinching up like below this red line, and a simple chip up sauce pass, anything like that, just in an area that you like landed in this area, boom, breakaways for days. And so this is something for weak side wingers to kind of think about. If we ever win a face-off draw, totally something you can think about. And then also for a D, we can always think about, boom, ringing up the boards for that weak side wing to pick it up, and they're off to the races for a breakaway. So yeah, I wanted to kind of showcase this one for the thought process on that. All right, so we got caught off on a bad bounce and they got a breakaway. Some questionable backtracking from our center. And so Ernest is covering for Fee. A little bit late, but that's fine. So rims it around. At this point, Ernest should be coming up to 33. And then Fionn covers, you know, typical center defense, right? However, doesn't look so good. Ernest is coming out front, which should be Fionn. Ernest should be up here. And yeah, right? It looks awkward. So, and then nobody's coming out front. Yeah, I can understand why, Ernest, you're a little bit confused defensively. So yeah, but looks like we got a big chance right here. Boom, tip shot. Oh, big chance right there. So yeah, I think defensively that's an interesting case of maybe example of when we are too stuck playing one position. You build kind of habits of other positions, whereas we should always be kind of thinking about it's more fluid. We should be more fluid, right? It's not kind of set on our positions. Who do I need to cover and what should I be doing? So I think this is an example of one person playing a lot of wing, one person playing a lot of D, and so they're kind of defaulting to what they used to be doing versus thinking about, hey, this is the situation right now, what should I be doing? Yeah, I think that was a pretty cool chance right there. Backhand pass, tip shot, big chance, snuck through the 5-hole and back out the other way. Crazy. Here's another example, defensive draw. I think at this point Jess and Carrie-Anne have swapped, right? So Jess is now the center, and we've said before, wingers need to get to the D. So Alex gets to the D. Justin is still behind the ref. And who has the puck? His D-man. Oh man, Justin. Why are you not going up? Why? I will sound exasperated. Why? And you give him a tip chance? Like, disaster. And again, I think I used that example of Carrie-Anne, center on center, stick to them like glue. So in this case, Jess, you should be covering that center, which was this lady. And if you're able to cover her, there will be a tip chance like that. So a little bit of some defensive lapses off of a defensive draw. Looks like we got a good chance coming up here. Ray, big pat. Oh. Pass back, missed the net, but it looked cool. We got nice. Here's a little blooper reel. So we're all lining up for the face-off draw. Now pay attention to what side the goalie, to the right wing goalie over here. Where are you lining up, V? Where are you lining up? so good. So we got a shift. That's probably gonna. I think this one's the one that results in the goal. So let's just watch it in its entirety. Make some comments, but we expect a goal at the end of the shift here. So pretty good. You got the Alex veracity, as Andrew says. Bump up. Janice keeps it in. What an all-star play right there. Bumps it out to Alex. Backhand pass, rebound. That was a good play. That was pretty slick. Most of the heavy lifting, I would say, done by Alex on this shift. So, but it was a good pass by Justin at the end there. Pretty slick, pretty good. Alright, so Alex scored a goal. That's great, that's fine, that's fantastic. But before the game I said I will publicly shame anyone that stays on for too long of a shift. Now let's recap. What is a shift time we want to look at? 1.5 minutes. Right, that's probably on the top end of where we may have some leeway to go maybe to 2 minutes. We may, it would be nice and ideal if you go a little bit shorter than that. So let's zoom back all the way down the timestamp. 8 minutes 20 seconds. Alex has now stepped on the ice. And this is the timestamp of this particular time period. 8 minutes 40 seconds. Justin has now stepped on the ice. Right? Now let's skip ahead to over here. There is a whistle. People are going off the ice. Shift time now has been about 1 minute 45 for Alex and 1.5 minutes for Justin. We could probably expect a shift change here. Right? I would say that, but looks like what's going on here. Circling back, there's discussion going on, maybe in a little reenactment here for theatrical purposes. Yo man, let's stay on the ice for another shift, a little double shift here. We'll get a goal, we'll certainly get a goal. And so, yeah man, let's do it. I don't know what was said, but that's just my my creative interpretation. Okay. Now, we're going all the way ahead to here when we finally scored a goal. Boom. We got 3.5 minutes for Justin, 3 minutes 45 seconds for Alex. Now I told Alex, thank God you scored a goal, because I was gonna rip you a new one on the review for being on the ice for almost 4 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy long. That's almost a triple shift, if I'm gonna be hyperbolic, but definitely more than a double shift, right? It's great that you guys scored, but it's not really fair for the other wingers on the team. So I told him, thank God you scored a goal, because if you didn't score a goal in this shift, you're gonna be in the in the doghouse for sure. So I'll make this note. If there is more long shifts and it's becoming habitual, I will make a note of it and I'll put them on a position that they hate. What I probably would do is I'll get all the long shift takers and put them on the same position so that they're swapping off of each other, and they can take 4 or 5 minute shifts each if they want and have a shift per period. If that's what they want, that's what they want, right? And they can change off of each other. I will triple stack them if there's 3 people that are misbehaving. Or you know what I could even threaten is if there's 3 of them, put them all on D together, trading off of each other, so it'd be an extremely miserable experience. So that's my threat. perhaps the joys of others. But yeah, I'm being serious here. Let's we're all paying members. You know, there's other people on the team. I'm sure you want to score some goals and have some offense and have some fun. But, you know, if you're taking 3-4 minute shifts when we're trying to aim for 1 minute to a minute and a half, you know, it's a bit extreme. All right, here's a perfect example of kind of surfing. So Janice is on defense, and like I said, she can't really backward skate. And I've also kind of said in the past with, let's say David Nago, he's a big guy, and Lorraine as another example, we don't want to go straight at them. So what we can think about is, if you can imagine this player as a little wave and you're the surfer, and you time it so you're forward skating and riding the wave. Now, this is kind of it. This is kind of it, Janice. And the only difference is, because you came to a stop, right, and then you turned, they have a step on you, right? I guess both players are not very fast skaters, as we can see right here. So Janice, you're going to be perfectly more than capable to keep up with this player. The only thing you need to do is, if you're to keep momentum and then you time yourself to ride that wave with her, it's going to be you are going to be able to keep them on the outside, and also kind of position yourself between your the player and the net, right? So that's an example. You almost got it. It's just kind of a challenge of keeping that momentum. It's something you're gonna have to work on for sure. It takes practice, but certainly something to work on. I think this one is a good example of Kathy perhaps being stuck on straight line hockey mode. And so right here, she's trying to force her way through up the ice right here. And I think how she could potentially think about playing this is right here, boom, sharp turn down the ice like this. And yeah, if she sharp turned right there, boom, we got two players already retreating and so much space on this side, right? And I think she might be able to break entry right there, whereas there's such a concentration of players already on this side. So something for everyone to think about. Really kind of like go east-west, so really like laterally rather than kind of straight line. So something to think about. All right, this clip I would like to put some comments on, and how to make things a little bit more threatening for the offensive chances. So I know Alex already scored, but what could he think about to be more offensively threatening is, so let's go to here. Let's start with Alex. Is one of the things you can actually think about is, like, this is a good spot, but you can also think about creeping your way to like the side of the net, maybe behind it. And sometimes the threat is you can pass down to you, and you're a right-handed shot, right? So the moment you get it, you skate out front and wrap around. You're going to be pretty close to the net, and sometimes you can just jam it 5 holes. So you can see how this goalie is standing up this whole time, right? So if you're here, get it to your forehand, boom, turn, jam right in the 5 hole, and if they drop early, skate a little further and wrap it around them. So that's something to consider. Now, you can also consider, like, let's say right here, you could zip up to here. If you're seeing nobody is in the magic spot, that's something to consider, but I like this formation already. And then there's also considerations of if you start skating up this way, that's kind of a cue for this player to, hey, let's go back down and swap, so you can do a little bit of cycle. You can initiate that as well, but this is perfectly fine. So like the side of the net was just one of the considerations for you. Carrion's in a good spot. Let's discuss Ray. So one of the things for Mr. Ray is he's the weak side D, so there's going to be some freedom for him. You can start sneaking down, come into the magic spot if you see there's nobody there. Like things like that are going to open up for you. And like have no fear, like be aggressive with it. Like let's say right here, pass down, boom, head like hustle down, get right there, so that by the time I've settled it, trip pass, boom, one timer. Something to think about. Or you can also sneak out back door. Something to think about as well. Yeah, don't be afraid, but also add a lot of movement to it. So this forward is on you. If you're staying too stationary, pretty easy for them to cover. So if you're just like fucking doing a figure eight, boom, over here, go back over here, this guy is going to be kind of getting lost covering you, and that's going to open up holes. So create a lot of movement, especially when the puck is down here, and try to lose this defender. But then also at the same time staying in kind of like this vicinity, and then if you need to, you can sneak into here. For Jess, is that Jess? Yeah, it's Jess. I don't mind the back door. Of course, I like the magic spot, but that's clearly covered. And for you, one of the things you can also consider is if there's ever like you're absolutely getting surrounded by people, right? One trick I like is skate up, right? And you're probably going to pull at least 1 to 2 defenders with you. And then once you do that, you tight turn, you're like, see you later, suckers. And then you're going to time yourself. So like just imagine you skated up here when like maybe right here. You see how there's so many players right here. And you say, hey, see you later, suckers. And you're pulling 2 defenders up, and then you lose them. And by the time that we get the puck back down to here, you'll have 2 defenders up here, and you say, see you later, suckers. Boom, pass, boom, one timer, right? Something to think about for everyone, because right now we don't have a lot of offensive opportunities. We've got 3 people stacking up for that cross seam pass to Jess, and then Ray's also not really an offensive chance because he's deciding to stay right next to this guy. So that's kind of some suggestions there. Now, if Alex, you decide to, he's deciding to shift sides, but I think he forced the pass a little bit there, whereas I think what you could have done, Alex, is skate all the way to the half wall, and we'll maintain possession because we'll lose all these players, and then you can work some magic with Ray. So yeah, I think part 2 to this is don't ever be afraid. If you think you're not really liking this side, feel free to shift all the way to the other half wall, and we'll just move everyone over, create some movement. Yeah, some comments for this shift. This is hilarious. And his backward skates, and then unfortunately they just kind of collide with each other. Understandably, Carrion's trying to hit red tape to red tape, right? That's funny. I think this one is a good example. So we kind of talked about this after upstairs with Andrew, and so he's opting to try to shoot it between the legs of this defender, which is, you know, it's not a problem. However, I think what you could have done is, it's 2-on-1, right? We got 1 defenders, and if Ernest, you're able to, boom, either decide to go wide and try to drive around this defender, and you've got a 2-on-1, right? She's rushing the net. That would be a pretty dangerous chance. Yeah, I feel like there's totally a room. Like, you could have done that and then boom, pull it to your backhand and then drive the net. Would be such a threatening chance right there. Yeah, unfortunate, but you know, I think that's some ideas that you can think about for the next time. If you ever see like 1 defender. So a little scrambly here. Maybe could have gotten a shot from Fee right there. I don't like that sharp angle shot. What I think I would have preferred is right here. Look at this open space. Just follow the circle and then shoot. Like, what you could have done is turn your body, fake that pass to Lou, get this number 21 to bite a little bit, and then you're like, oh, see you later, suckers, and skate up here and then do a shot. Rather than shooting from this like crazy sharp angle. Yeah, seems a bit I forget the word for it. Enthusiastic, let's just say. Don't be like me. This was a fucking stupid pass. I thought there was actually more pressure behind me than there actually is, and I thought it'd be cute to bring these players over this way and then send it back across, but this was just a pretty dumb pass. Fuck. However, something juicy almost opened up. Interception, breakaway. Jess was offside. Oh man. That's okay. I think she was going for a change, but was on the other side of the line. That's okay. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. One comment for Janice. When the puck's over on, let's say, your side of the net, ice, so right side, stay a little bit closer towards the boards so that, let's say, a puck starts going up the boards, you can just whoop, stick your stick there and you can stop it without moving too much. So that's a little bit of a comment there. All these missed chances are wild. So Ernest lost there, but Kathy's able to pick it up. Passes it out front. Bomb! Missed one-timer. Missed opportunity number 1. Pass down to Ernest. Oh, couldn't quite get it. I think another situation, another interesting one. If we were able to say that high slot or even magic spot, big lane opening up here. Yeah, and then another situation where 2 forwards are conjoining into one common area. It's interesting. It's happened quite a few times during this game. So couldn't quite get that. All right, let's see. Is there another Boom, one timer, missed the net. Big forecheck. We're able to put some pressure. Pass out front. Oh my god, I couldn't get it. So that was like 4 missed opportunities right there. But they looked good. So Ray's coming up. All alone. And he takes a shot. It's open. Yeah, you hit the bar. Could have gone in for sure. One of the things I said to Ray that he could definitely consider is if he's ever in a situation where he's like a one-on-one like this, you can even do like a fake shot or skate around or just even drive the net and deke him out, or even get closer before a shot. Just things to consider. But I also said where he's shooting from is so much better. Like if you ever remember way back in the day, maybe not even way back, let's just say like even 2 months ago, 3 months ago, Ray would be fucking shooting all the way out here on the boards, like in the corner, and it'd be like just the sharpest angle in the world. I don't know how anyone could ever score from there, but shooting from here is, yeah, pretty good. He got a lot of good, he's getting quite a few good chances and even some goals from there. But yeah, you know, that's an example where there's so much space that I feel tempted to suggest that maybe you probably could have gone closer if you want to deke it out. But you know, Ray's shot's pretty fucking deadly, so this is not a bad choice either. This one I did talk to Ray about it. Caught me off. So right here, Ray has the puck, and I can see they're going for a change. This is all open ice. And I said, let's see if I can turn up the volume and see if you guys can hear it. I said up, 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 right? And then at that point, because there wasn't a, like he was stick handling a couple times. I was looking, waiting for the bounce, but it didn't come. So then I thought, hey, maybe there's a Red Wing like right in front of my face that I didn't see. And so I scanned again and turned the wrong way. And that was unfortunate. So it was just kind of like a mistiming. But yeah, is if we ever see that for any wingers and you see that, you can always yell up, 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 bounce it off the boards. Like ask the D to send it to an area. It doesn't even have to be a hard bounce off the boards. If they can just slide it, a soft-ish pass into this area, and you can skate into it, it's golden, right? So that's some skills for D to think about, and then for our forwards to kind of direct the D. Where do you want it? Where do you want that puck? It doesn't necessarily have to be tape to tape. You point, hey, I want in this area, get it in that area for me, and you'll be a happy camper. Justin, caught you on another long shift from all the way back here to all the way 3 minutes. I thought this shift was hilarious. So Greasy got the forechecking pressure. Kathy brings it down. So it's kind of cool. You got one person forechecking, the other one forechecking, and then boom, another forecheck. Another one comes in the forecheck, and it's a complete amoeba going on right here. Fion's like, what in the world is going on around me? I don't even know. Short passes galore. It looked cool, and then pretty good triangle forming up right here. Big example of Ray, you know, be aggressive. This is opening up. This backdoor lane is totally opening up for you. You're that weak side D. Be creative, create movement, right? You can move out here, move back here, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. Don't be too stationary. Get exciting, but at the same time, please don't find yourself like stuck all the way down here, and then it's like a 3-on-1 situation for poor Carrie Ann to defend. But you know, when the things open up, some of the forwards are deep, like you can see 4 forwards over here, how this really opens up. Take advantage of it, you know. It goes for any D. Okay, so I legit do not know how the goalie made the save on Justin. So that's wild. So that was not a great shot, but I got a rebound off of it. And then right here, this guy was like so busy sliding across, he's on the ice, dead to rights. And Justin's coming in for the boom, big one-timer. This guy's still like trying to get up off the ice, got 1 foot, he's sliding all over the place. Don't think he could see anything with the screen in front. Gloves, he's like falling down, glove save. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, we got some kind of bad defensive coverage coming up that results in the 2-1 goal. And so Dave said, oh, he shouldn't have bit so hard on the other player. No, and I think he did everything right. So moving to this player, that should be who he should be defending, and Janice is sticking on to 21 perfectly. That's what we should be doing. Now we would be saying how in a normal situation, the center, well, I guess I'm not sure if that's Jess or Fee, would be covering that third forward. Right here, visually, it looks like we should have been fine from wherever this kind of situation going on here. We got a bit of a battle, and they're coming up front. Justin's hustling back. We saw him last week, hustled back for the back check. He did such a good job. And numbers wise, we look good. We got 2, and then Justin there covering for the center. However, couldn't quite get a stick on him, and then he snipes it short side top corner. Now, I should have also identified that our center wasn't there to double up on this player, and so we should have been able to stop that. Yeah, that was just bad all the way around. Ugh. Sadness. So you know how I made that comment about be creative on the offense as D, but don't ever find yourself stuck down there. And you see how Ray did the pass and then he stops and stays in the corner. Yeah, that's what we don't want to do. To be the last person back being a D-man. And then we find ourselves, Kathy is able to cover for him, but my goodness. You can be offensive, but please don't find yourself as the last man back. So here's an uncalled penalty. So that stick, Nathan's stick, got caught in between my legs, which causes me to do a little tornado spin. How did I not get a penalty called for me? I'm so sad. Carrie Ann does a good job with keeping this player to the outside. Hey, another example, perfect example for Janice, where if you don't find yourself being able to backward skate, if you can ride the wave as best as you can to keep him on the outside, then that's one way to do it. And now we skip ahead to the next exciting moment of the game. And you know how I said earlier we pointed to the boards where Ray can bounce it off into the area. This is executed perfectly, so myself, the forward, can skate right into it. Unfortunately, oh my god, I get tripped like 30 seconds ago, and then the next thing we get an absolute collision. This is wild. This is the Wild West right here. Alright, minute 17 left. I think we pulled Cliff, and yeah, we just sent an extra forward in, which I think was Ernest. Yep, here we go. We got Alex, Kathy, Ernest, and one more D, Carrie Ann coming in. Let's go watch the whole thing. Minute 17 left. Let's go. Sends it up. Ernest wasn't able to hold it, and they cleared out of the zone. Carrie Ann almost keeps it in. Now, in a situation like that, you see how she sent it back in. If we can keep possession of it, because we've pulled the goalie, that would be ideal, but let's see how this... So, Carrie Ann's able to carry it in. Big chance! Oh, and by the way, because we're down one, Alex can score, so everyone on our team can score. Things are getting wild here. Rims it out. And icing. Skip ahead. 30 seconds left. So Ernest is in the high slot. This is also, Ray can probably sneak up to here. Something to consider. Okay, yeah. I wish if you took it in the zone first, Justin, would probably be better. Oh. If that pass to Ernest, oh my god, instead of the wrap, I think that would have been game tying goal right there. Let me see that one more time. Oh, come on. Oh my god. I get it. It was time crunch. Try and go for the wrap. I think, yeah, Ernest was in a perfect spot. Boom, one timer. That would have been sick. But alas, 2-1 loss. I thought we got a lot of chances. It was a pretty good game. Fun. It was fun.